soundstripe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mortgage and Real Estate Podcast by Pinnacle. My name is Chris Giannino, and I am joined here today by Bill Lally. What's up, Bill?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Today, we are going to talk about what's going on in the current state of real estate and the different options that are available for home buyers, how to win contracts, new construction options, first-time home buyer options. We're going to cover an array of topics, but things that are very relevant and in this particular market, and things that could put you in a home quicker and with less stress. So, Bill, what's going on?
Well, you know, what we're trying to do we're always trying to find solutions for the particular market that we're dealing with. And one of the biggest things that we're dealing with is inventory, lack of inventory, multiple offer situations, big time seller market. We want to put the buyers, we want to put the buyers in a more comfortable position where they can able to get the house that they want, and they're not missing out on some of their wants on that house just because they're settling at this time. So one of the biggest programs that we're most excited about right now is the one-time new construction close program that allows buyers to purchase the lot of their choice as well as the new construction build all in one loan.
Right.
So it's kind of a build anywhere program. We've actually partnered with a few builders, but one in particular is Jeff Kelly Homes out of the Wentzville. They do a lot of building out west. They've been around since 1990. Huge, great relationship with them that's gone on for a long time. And I've walked every inch of their homes. They're beautiful homes. They knock every desire that people are looking for in a house. They cross those boxes off. So how the program works is basically they have about 90 lots out in, I believe it's Timber Trace is the name of the subdivision. Okay.
And that's one of their established subdivisions currently. Right.
It's in Wentzville, the address, and we can put that address up on our website, but I think it's 415 Knot Hole in Wentzville, Missouri, 63385. You can look at that on MapQuest and see exactly where it's located. Some of the lots that they have to offer are even acre lots that are available. They have about 6 different homes that they specialize in, 6 different floor plans that they've been building this entire time. So they're masters at building these types of homes. And, of course, they're open to making different adjustments to get you exactly what you're looking for. The thing that we have right now is it's called a to-be-built. So basically now you can look at that subdivision, let's say, this is one option. You can look at the subdivision and say, that's perfect. That the houses that they build they're ranging anywhere from, they could be 450 up to, all the way up to $1 million, really. But and maybe even slightly above that if that's what you're looking for. But they have the 6 different plans that they have will already knock pretty much everything that the market's looking for right now.
Right.
In a house.
And what makes this relevant is because a lot of home buyers that we're working with and other people are working with right now are they're getting fatigued. They're getting buyers fatigued. They're unable to win contracts. Now, listen, here's the deal. Contracts are happening every day. Home buyers are able to get under contract on existing properties. They just have to go in with the mindset that they want to win the contract. Others are settling, and you don't have to settle is what we're trying to say. There's options out there. Either go into an existing home with the tools and the right strategy to win that contract. Otherwise, you're going to be spinning your wheels in this market. It is achievable. We do it every day, and contracts are won every day. The home builder that we have a relationship with is an excellent builder, has a great reputation. They have established communities and established subdivisions where you can pick out a lot and build. And then there's also, as part of this program, where if you have a lot that you pick out, then you can also have a custom home built on a lot that you pick out. And the beauty of that particular program is you don't have to get a land loan, purchase the lot, and then get a home builder to build the property. This loan program that we're offering right now allows you to close on the land and the construction in a very short period of time. You could get it done in 30 days if you wanted to, and then you are provided with certainty. You know the rate that you're going to get because we locked that in right off the bat. You picked your location, and you have your custom home built. So it's a great option where you don't have to settle.
Yeah, and it is, like Chris was mentioning, it's kind of a build anywhere program. It's the first thing you need to do for this type of program is to get with Jeff Kelly Homes and Alex Maloney, Reagan Kelly, Jeff Kelly, and the different representatives from that firm. And primarily it's Alex Maloney will be able to show you different display houses that they have. I think there's probably 4 out of the 6, maybe 5 out of the 6 that are actually already built in that subdivision that you can walk through and talk to Alex about any changes that you would maybe want for that. But the big thing is that you only need to put down 5% minimum.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 5%. So you're closing on the house and the lot before the home is even built. One of the biggest, I think, it was so enjoyable. I had a home built in this very similar program, and one of the biggest enjoyments that I had, grabbing a Starbucks coffee at Saturday morning, Sunday morning, taking the kids, going to look at the progress of our new house being built. That's one thing that you don't even get with a home that maybe the builder already had the house and you're buying kind of a display home. You miss out on that exciting process to actually watch your house being built. This affords you that opportunity with this program. Sometimes people, it's difficult sometimes to get a construction loan. It's difficult sometimes to get a land loan. Not everybody offers land loans, and the programs most of the time are 25% down at a minimum. They're 5-year arms, and that actually, hinders a lot of people from going through with that. They might not have that down payment to spend just on the lot.
Yeah, and you don't have to settle. I mean, the house that you ended up purchasing was you bought a beautiful lot. It has 3 acres. It backs up to bush wildlife. So you don't have to settle. You could pick out what you need. And in your case, you didn't have the option of only putting down 5%, right?
No, it was 10 or 15% was the minimum, which is understandable because the builder's putting up the money. In this case, the financing is completely on the buyer. So the buyer is actually getting the loan for the build. They're getting the construction loan, the land loan, and the permanent financing all in one loan. So the builder has a lot less money out using this type of program. So they want to do it.
Yeah, and we ran into situations where maybe you have a home buyer that we've been working with. They have buyer's fatigue, and they're saying, "Hey, listen, I want to build." Well, some of them have been settling for subdivisions in places where they really aren't. They're basically settling. So, and not only that, but it may take 6 months to a year to get the home build completed. So by that period of time, there's a lot of uncertainty on rate and what rate's going to be, what's the affordability of it at that point. This loan program is fairly unique because what happens is you're able to lock in the interest rate before construction begins. And now the obvious next question is, well, what happens if rates go up or go down by the time the construction is completed? If rates go up, you're good. You're already locked into the rate that you locked into initially before the build started. If rates go down, you automatically, right? Isn't it automatic?
Yeah, it's automatic.
Yeah, automatically you float down to whatever the going rate is at the time of the conversion to the permanent financing. And what I mean by that is basically when the construction is completed and you move in, if rates are lower, you automatically go down to the lower market rate. It's like lower, it's whatever the market rate is plus an eighth of a point, which is a great option in this type of volatility.
You Absolutely. I mean, it's similar to a lock extension fee.
And if I'm a real estate agent, I would think one of the first things that would come to my mind is, well, if I just got done showing these people 6 month worth of houses, I worked my butt off. We lost out on 5 contracts. And, are they still going to get the commission? The real estate commission is based on the land acquisition plus the home build. So you're still getting paid commission on the entire purchase.
Right. So you're getting paid right off the bat.
Gotcha. Yeah,
not at the end of not. Unfortunately, you write a contract on a new construction. It's one of those things that it's going to pay you a long time down the road.
All right. So where do I start and what's the feasibility? Because there's problem.
I think the biggest thing is that no matter what, if you're going to buy from the lot, from their established development master plan, or if you just purchase a lot, so you like a lot in Wildwood, you like a lot in Chesterfield, and the biggest first step that you need to take is get with Alex Maloney from Jeff Kelly Homes. You can go to jeffkellyhomes.com and look up phone numbers. You can see different models. Not all of them are on there. We're going to have a separate page to update some of the newer models that they're offering too. So, but is to contact Jeff Kelly Homes and sit down, go out, look at some of their display homes. I believe they have 4 of the 6, maybe 5 of the 6 on display in that subdivision of 415 Knot Hole in Wentzville. So you can look at those houses, walk the houses, talk with Alex. He's there every day, and say, hey, we like this plan. Can we build this house, over here? That will give you now you're in the driver's seat. Or we like this plan. Can we build this house on that 1 acre lot that you have in the back of the subdivision? Yes, we can do that. So you sign a contract. We close on the loan in 20 to 30 days. You're closed on the loan. Peace of mind, locked in. You can watch your house being built. You got everything you wanted. You're not settling for a house that doesn't have quite everything that you're looking for. And the worry's over. At that point, you're good.
And you have peace of mind.
Yeah.
Your rate's locked in and your home's being built. What a lot of people will do is, what I've seen is they will consider this option. They'll consider this option. And when a lot shows up that they like, maybe it's in Baldwin, maybe it's in Wildwood, maybe it's in Sunset Hills. Well, then they're like, oh, shoot, I love this lot. Let's go after this lot. Now we got to find a home builder. We got to think about what plans we want. And by the time they get all that lined up, that lot's not available anymore. So the thing is, you can make adjustments and you can pivot along the way, but it's very important to at least talk to us, get pre-approved, then talk to the builder. And once you have a general idea on what the plans are going to be, certainly they're going to change depending on the property, and you can make adjustments along the way, but at least you'll have a good idea on the plans so you can take action and put in a contract with those general plans. And then after that, you could still make adjustments along the way. You're making interest-only payments until that loan's closed, right?
That's right.
And then once that loan closed, then it goes into permanent financing. But interest-only payments only on the amount of disbursements. So off the bat, there might be 5 or 6 disbursements that would go to the builder throughout the construction period. And that's what you're making payments on.
A simple way to do it, kind of a hack, and I think this is actually what they go by. Say if it's a $500,000 house, they just cut that in half. Whatever the purchase price is, they're going to cut in half, and it's going to be you're going to pay interest-only payments on $250,000 throughout the build. That's the easy way for them to do it. I think that is how they actually do it mathematically. I mean, so what it's basically. What I was thinking is, how many people are looking at houses, but they check that box that they're not looking at lots. They're not looking at lots because why would they look at lots? You're right now. So this opens you up to, now you can actually build this house 5% down. All those questions that you're wondering, how can I do a new construction? Oh, I would love to build a house here. You can build a house anywhere. You just have to have your ducks in a row now, and the programs are there for you to take advantage of it. Definitely reach out. Our website, thepinnacleloans.com, it's simple. My phone number's on there. You can reach any of us from there. And just, pick our brains about it. If you're a real estate agent, this is pretty much a program that is geared towards educating real estate agents, educating our partners and just the real estate community on the different products that are out there to help you survive and weather the storm right now that we have, and just to be agile enough in today's market and be able to thrive in it. Here's a program that now you have a buyer that is just the house that they're looking for is kind of in that range of 450 to $1 million or so. Well, I mean, here you go. This is exactly what you're looking for. It's also giving you a blueprint on if maybe you have a builder that and you could talk to the builder about this. We can finance that, but they might not have the financing program. They might not be teamed up with anyone with the financing for a one-time construction close. Actually, it's pretty rare. It's a pretty rare program that you can purchase the lot and the house with the same loan. You might have a one-time construction close loan, but it doesn't include the lot. Most of the time, people have to figure that out on themselves.
It's a solution-driven mindset. If you're a real estate agent that is solution-driven, or or are you just getting fatigued and you're getting ready to maybe settle for an established subdivision that you're not necessarily sold on, this is a great option to consider because you don't have to settle. You can customize a home, you can pick your location, and you can close the lot and the build with 5% down. Now, if anybody's familiar with the market that we're in right now, Bill, it's relatively unusual, unless some first-time home buyers are able to pull it off, depending on the situation. But to have the seller pay closing cost it's not necessarily common right now. Let's put it that way. But it's my understanding this builder that we've established this relationship with is willing to pay the closing cost, allowing the buyer to literally come in with that 5%.
Right. So as the program rolls out, one of the added incentives is to pay the closing cost for this type of build, because you're taking out a lot of risk from this builder all of a sudden. Builder doesn't have to come up with $1 million. They don't have to come up with $500,000 to fund the project. The project is being funded by the actual buyer. The buyer's getting a loan. They're getting the construction loan, the land loan, and the permanent financing all in one loan. So they're financing it. The builder's doing what they do best. They build. That's what they focus on. They just build the house. So in this inventory crunch that we have, this is a huge solution for a lot of different people. Not only a big solution, I think it's an absolute game changer to the point of it is the best possible scenario. If we can educate them enough to feel comfortable enough talking to the builder about, hey, I need to get a house. Here's the house I'm looking for. Do you have something like this? And most of them are going to have display homes, especially the different custom builders. They'll have you go to the different houses that they have that they maybe specialize in. You need to get that floor plan nailed down pretty solid. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this house. Okay. We can finance the same program through any builder. We can buy the lot and the construction loan financing and the permanent financing. We can do that for you as your broker, and get you into the house that you want, not leaving anything on the table of your wish list, and everybody wins. Everybody does.
Yeah, it really is a game changer. You're right, because it takes a lot of the stress out. It seems daunting to get a house built and to figure out where to start, but if you're considering it, you talk to us, you get pre-approved, you talk to the builder, and you have general plans worked up. Now, it's actually in your grasp, Bill. It can become a reality then, because now if you do find the piece of property, the piece of land that you want to purchase, you can pull the trigger.
Yeah.
You have plans and you have a pre-approval. You can pull the trigger right then, and 5% down payment, you're in.
I've done it.
You've done it.
And it was amazing. I enjoyed that process so much. And it's something that is definitely cutting edge. It's cutting edge stuff, and it's giving you what you want when you want it and how you want it. Basically, it's that this, my wife was, when we were looking at houses, she was saying, we're going to spend all this money, but it's not going to have everything we wanted.
Right.
So might as well create what you want. Sometimes you have to create your desire, and you can create it now. It is possible. If you find that piece, there was a very nice lot on Lake St. Louis, sold really quick, that we were looking at. I had a buyer looking at, and they, it had an offer like extremely fast, and missed out on it. but you hear what I'm saying? Their search included Lake St. Louis lots on the lake. Oh, there's a lot that just opened up on Lake St. Louis. Well, they have the ability. We can buy that lot and the plans for the new house all in one bang, all in one shot, and it's only 5% down is required. And if you use Jeff Kelly Homes is giving a seller credit, a closing cost credit up to, I think it's like $6,000 or $7,000.
It brings a lot of people in the game that aren't comfortable going $100,000 over asking price.
Absolutely. And think about this too. If you're locked into a loan, 6 months ago, if you were locked into a rate, you'd be a happy camper. Right. Not only that, 6 months ago, that price of that home, your immediate equity in that house by the time you move into the house. You know, it's immediate. So the way that it works too, it's basically the value is getting appraised by a third party appraiser that's going to appraise this project as a completed project. Look at that, the plans, the floor plans, the master plan, the development plan. Look at the land value, put it all in together about the comps that are in the area that have sold recently in that area. So think about that. That's what they're using for their appraisal. Mm-hmm. It has to appraise in order for the lender to approve the financing. So they're going to appraise this project 6 months. Okay, they're not adding 6 months of value. They don't know what it's going to be. They're going off. Good point. They're going off past comps that have sold in that area with the same square footage, same bedrooms, etc. So now you have 6 months later, everything's pointing towards. I mean, all of history shows that historical figures show that your house is going to continue to gain in value.
Right. And many times, lenders, after you purchase a home, they require or want you to at least wait 6 months before you refinance your home. Well, that's basically the reason that they do this automatic float down, because it takes that out of the equation, so you don't have a waiting period. If the rates drop by the time that your house is completed and you move in, your rate automatically goes down to whatever the current market rate is. But at the beginning, you eliminate all the uncertainty because you're already locked in. And that's there's a lot to be said about that. First of all, peace of mind goes a long way. Quality of life. I mean, when if you're not prepared, now don't get me wrong, like I said earlier, you can win a contract in this competitive market on already existing homes, but you have to be willing to pull the trigger and get aggressive with an offer. I'm just use the word aggressive because that's what it is. Sometimes on a different note, sometimes people get a little bit caught up on whatever the list price is. Well, the list price is irrelevant. It really depends on what the market bears. So if you have to go over and there's 5 other offers on it, and you have to meet or beat, or at least find out what is attractive to the seller to win that contract, then you have to be prepared to do it. If you can't stomach that, then this is a great alternative, which gives you peace of mind and exactly what you're looking for. You just have to be prepared.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things about the one-time close in this type of program that we've talked about a lot is this program is one of those that it's not going to. They can only build so many houses. That's part of the issue too, right? You can't keep up with demand. There's not enough builders necessarily to keep up with demand. Well, all of a sudden now they were financing most of their builds up until now, self-financing. So they could only build so many houses. Well, now they open back up, which they used to do a long time ago, but it wasn't as quite of an attractive offer back then as it is today. But now they're going to open back up the to-be-built homes so you can get under contract for a to-be-built home in their subdivision. Well, that's not going to last that long either.
Right, and it takes out a lot of the risk for the builder. You're right.
Shoot, if you're hearing this, or if you're an agent that's hearing this and you have a buyer, the best thing you could do is you just forward the podcast. Hey, listen to this podcast and see if it's something that you're interested in.
Right, it's an option.
And that is something that it is possible. It is definitely possible. For you think, what's the difference of you buying a $500,000 house on the market that's already built, or buying a $500,000 house that's brand new? I mean, you don't think that you can't afford the new construction. It's still $1. It's the same price, And I'll tell you this too. The greatest little added gift with new construction is your homeowner's insurance cost. Homeowner's insurance cost will save you a tremendous amount. Say you're buying a house that's like, let's say 10 years old, 15 years old. Well, that homeowner's insurance, you can buy a $900,000 house, $1 million house, and have the same homeowner's insurance as maybe a $200,000 house. I kid you not. That's because it's brand new.
Right.
And the insurance company knows that. It's brand new. The things aren't going to break. You know?
You're right. And
that alone is right there, a quarter of an interest rate.
On your monthly payment.
If not more.
Yeah. So it's a solution driven option to present to home buyers in this particular market, any market, but specifically in this